Welcome to Uzi Talking To with me, Jeff Hollahead, and Tony Preston. Uzi. Tony. Hello. How are you, mate? Great to see you. Thank you very much for letting us go in your dojo.
No, it's a pleasure, mate.
This is amazing, by the way. Obviously, we're going to get to all this, but this is the Krav Maga. Is that what you call it?
Krav Maga, yeah.
Krav Maga?
Yeah, contact combat in Hebrew.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what it means, yeah.
So straight away, it's a martial art.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ideas about what Krav Maga is, and one of them is that it's not a martial art. So per se, it's more a mixture of different techniques that have been cherry-picked from many different martial arts.
That's clever then, isn't it? You know,
it is, yeah.
Because you think about it, you know, you want to use what works. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
basically, yeah. Hand-to-hand combat. If your weapons fail, because it was developed by the Jewish people, you know, way back. We go back all the way back to when they were fighting against the Romans.
Yeah, like Moses days. Yeah,
you know, they a lot of the time weapons were taken away from them, and they had to develop hand-to-hand combat. And as you know, the Jewish race.
Well, that's interesting, yeah, because they've always been like enslaved by something.
Exactly, they've always been oppressed in some way. So what's actually happened is Krav Maga has become their Israeli Defence Force system of self-defence.
Yeah, defending, yeah. Rightly so as well, because obviously we're not here to talk about the politics.
No.
About the thing that, which is obviously could upset people. Everyone's got different views, but the view is it's out there. It's actually worldwide.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at this, the techniques, and I did watch something on YouTube, and it's absolutely immense, explosive. So Krav Maga, yeah, it's now worldwide. As you say, it's got different techniques from different martial arts. What's the main sort of, would you say it's a karate, or explain, or?
I'd say that it was very much a striking art. It's a mixture of boxing, karate, judo, you name it, there'll be a technique in there which has been found to be very effective and has been brought into Krav Maga. Yeah. But my view on Krav Maga is what you're making. You shouldn't be restrained by a system. You should use what it is that works for you. Like my instructor from another system, which is called the Real Combat System.
Okay.
I said to Jeff Thompson, Jeff, what is the syllabus for the Real Combat System? And even though it's called the Real Combat System, he says there is no system, which is a bit deep.
Because you can't plan anything. People can talk about when it happens on the street.
Wow, that's perfect. Yeah. I mean, what Jeff just said then is bang on. You should be. I should be interviewing you, because that was crisp. Because on the street you can't plan for what's going on. You can only train beforehand.
But as you say, practicing technique, it comes offhand then. If you're getting like grasped or grabbed. Yeah. And as you said before in one of your bullet points, can anyone learn these techniques, which would, if they did get attacked, would make them, more aware?
Yeah.
And could provoke or sort of prevent?
Exactly. Krav Maga is open to anybody. It doesn't matter what your political views are, what your religious views are, your sexual orientation, whether you're 5 years old or 105. There's something for everybody.
Skinny, fat.
Yeah. A lot of it's down to the instruction.
Okay.
Because you can go to a lot of different gyms, and find that there's an emphasis on fitness, and there'll be a lot of heavy cardio work.
Okay.
And then you'll go to another one where there's a lot of emphasis on learning techniques. I'm very much into splitting the two, having a bit of cardio, but more technique, and working a lot on avoidance. So if we can avoid it, you know, you back away, get away from there, not just how to hit someone, you know.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, if you're thinking of taking up any martial art, if you're doing loads of fitness and that's what you want to do, perfect. But if you're doing loads of fitness but you really want to learn how to defend yourself, but you don't do much of the technique, you need to look around. You know, there's so many different places.
Yeah, well, this, I mean, obviously, not going to blow smoke up your home. You know, this is like, you've seen all the your certificates, and it's your second is a degree black belt.
Yeah.
Instructor, is that true?
Yeah, yeah. But again, you know, a piece of paper is a piece of paper. It's really whether the instructor has any real life experience. So, you know,
I want to dig into your brains anyway. So you grew up on the Wirral, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Straight into the Wirral. So what got you into martial arts? What made you think I need to be like getting into something with you? I don't know, is it? Do you watch a film or anything? Or?
No, I used to be into scooters when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I kind of wrapped a scooter around a lamppost and had a very bad accident.
All right.
Which kind of half paralysed me. You know, it was in a steel caliper. I had nerves that were damaging my arm, and the left arm was basically useless. It wouldn't work.
So you're saying you broken your legs?
Yeah.
Broken your 2 bones?
Yeah.
Broken your
humerus.
Yeah, humerus wasn't funny.
No,
Don't mention that. You said that before. No.
You know, I've heard that joke so many times, but it is actually a funny joke.
It's a funny. So as well. You didn't have to say. So when this accident happened, tell us what happened to the accident, which has made it worse.
Yeah, I mean the problem was it was obviously a life-changing situation, having so many broken bones, but a Good Samaritan stopped and I was unconscious, and I was told that with a couple of lads that I was with, that this lady got out of a car and decided to start propping me up and moving me.
Like doll.
And they reckon that's what caused the nerve damage. Severed, yeah. So don't move the patient.
Yeah. Not to do that. No, don't do that. Yeah. Make sure you have all the airbags.
Yeah, don't move the patient. You never know what damage you can do if you move.
Especially on your spine, with your neck, you know.
Yeah. So I had this accident, and I was pretty much incapacitated. You know, I had this steel leg.
How old was you then?
I was about 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your prime. You're coming into your prime.
Yeah. So I was in hospital for a long time, and I came out, and I was kind of basically disabled, really, you know.
Yeah. Say how it is. You couldn't walk. What was your walk?
Yeah, well, I had this steel leg, and you know,
stirrups,
you know, where they put like a boot on the bottom. You wouldn't have it these days.
Yeah.
They give you a set of Nike or something to put on it, but
you imagine, obviously, people used to skit a bit.
Yeah, it wasn't good, like, you know. So I was standing at a bus stop one day, and this guy nudged past me like this and got on the bus first, and as I got on the bus, you know, arm in a sling, and he went, "Hey mate, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realise you was a cripple." And I thought, you know what? And that's not very nice, is it? You know, that terminology isn't something that you would use today. Yeah. But it kind of, I thought to myself, is this my story now? Is this who I am now? Yeah. So not long after, I found I could go start training in karate, and I wasn't very good at it because, you know, my disability and everything. But I persevered, and someone said to me through the martial arts world, you know what? There's this operation called the Robert Jones tendon transfer, which utilises the thumb tendon.
Yeah.
And they basically cut the thumb tendon attach it to the wrist tendon and the finger tendon.
Okay.
Tendons.
Tendons.
And they tie it in a knot. And the thumb tendon operates, because this was the only one that was working. The thumb.
So what movement did you have to? Could you lift your arm, or what could you?
Yeah, well, I had perfect movement,
Yeah.
and then after the accident, I had no movement.
No
the
movement.
arm was just
dead.
just
dead
dead.
arm.
Yeah, so I couldn't move it like this, and I couldn't rotate the wrist. So now, after that operation, I got this kind of limited rotation. And of course, I can make a first shootout, which is an open hand for karate, which was great. It was. I had that operation when I was 21.
Okay.
So I kind of got me life back. So the story then of what I could have had, which was an acceptance of, well, this is the way it is. You know, I hit a lamppost on it, disappeared. And then
It's inspirational because
into martial arts. And the great thing about training in karate, which I've been involved in karate for many, many years, is that karate involves a lot of stretching, which helps you become more supple.
That's right, yeah.
So, you know, you can go feeling very, very tight. And after a few weeks or months of training, you become far more relaxed.
Loose, and,
An old instructor of mine once said to me, you're born all floppy, and then you spend your whole life becoming tight. Then you die, and you become floppy, and then you get rigor mortis and go tight again. So I said, what's the moral of the story? He said, well, you should spend your life trying to stay relaxed. He said, because ultimately you are going to end up stiff.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my mate does that, but he's tight in the pockets, you know.
I met a few like that.
Oh, so look, do you know what? Don't diverse. That's great. That. A bit of a character, aren't you, Tony? You know, it's great to see. You know, so you've got to. What gym did you use? Where's your first link? Do you remember your first?
Yeah, the very first place I started training in karate was a place called Pickett's Lock in North London, because I moved. I carried on my apprenticeship whilst I had a steel caliper on, because you know you didn't get any money in them days if you were off.
No shit.
I think it was £5 a week or something. So I served my time, come out of my time, and I moved to London where the money was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just quickly tell us what was the profession you were in?
Well, I served my time as a painter and decorator.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was booming in the Docklands in London. You know, not Priory Wharf, Canary Wharf.
Canary Wharf. Yeah.
So I went down there, and that was the first actual club I joined, Pickett's Lock.
Pickett's Lock.
Yeah. I trained there for some time, and then I came back to the Wirral, and I started training with a very, very good friend of mine and my instructor and sensei, Mark Darcy.
Mark Darcy?
Yeah, Mark Darcy, who is, you know, lives and breathes karate. So I started with Mark. Back in them days, it was Sen karate, and the chief instructor was Ronnie Colwell, who has since passed away. He was an amazing karateka, and very highly, you know,
respected. Respected in that world.
Very highly thought of and respected across the world. I'm still with Mark Darcy now. Sensei Mark Darcy runs Chikara Karate.
Okay.
Yeah, and
we'll put the links below as well.
Yeah,
he's got his website.
Please do. Yeah. Sensei Mark has given me permission to teach combat karate from my dojo, so that's a massive honour, because you don't ask for these things in karate. You know, when you're ready.
Yeah.
You know, it presents itself.
It's going to be honoured to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, stand by for part 2, and we're going to go into depth about Krav Maga. and other places he's visited.